There are few places more awe-inspiring than the Nevada desert, but there are also few places more terrifying. When Casey Roberts and her friends go out to have a bonfire, they're expecting that they might have to deal with coyotes. What they get is much, much worse. Bright orange light crackles up from the campfire. Smoke spills up into the sky. Casey asks, "You think anyone's going to see that and come looking for us?" She's 19, making her the oldest out of her friend group. Casey is a smart girl. She knows that coming out here might be fun, but there are some nasty stories about people never coming back home from the desert. Her best friend Emily laughs. Her pearl earrings glint in the bright glow of the fire. "Who's going to see it? There's literally no one out here. It's just the four of us and the bugs." "And the snakes," Tommy chimes in. He's sitting on the ground, legs splayed out in front of. "Can't forget about the snakes." He knocks his elbow against his brother's side and grins. "Right?" His brother, Harris, hates snakes. Harris is the baby of the group, 17, but still in their year thanks to the date his birthday falls on. He rolls his eyes and cracks open another beer, though, lifting it up. "Sure, and the snakes." Casey laughs. "We're cheering for snakes now? I think we should be cheering for finally being done with high school," Emily counters, cracking open her own beer. Everyone agrees. Cans are cracked open, beer is downed, and the fire slowly begins to dwindle. Casey says, "I'm gonna grab something from the truck." She stands up and hurries to the truck, pulling open the driver's side door. She climbs inside and grabs the book that she brought out with her. It's the yearbook from their senior class, which came to an end just 2 days before. When she climbs back out of the truck, the fire is out. "Guys?" Casey calls out. "Oh my God!" Emily shouts. "I've got her!" Emily comes running over from the north, the opposite direction of their fire. She slams her hands into Casey's shoulder and pulls her into a hug. "Oh, where were you?" Casey awkwardly pats her friend on the back. "What? I told you I was just going to get something from the truck. I wanted everyone to sign this." "It's been 2 hours," Emily says, pulling back. Their friends come over, and both of them give Casey a hug as well. Harris says, "That wasn't funny." Casey shakes her head. "Neither is this. I just went to the truck. It's been 2 minutes." She holds up the book as proof. Tommy snatches hold of her wrist. "What is that?" On Casey's wrist is a long, thick red line. It spans from the underside of the tip of her pointer finger all the way down to her elbow. I don't know," Casey says softly. Harris asks, "Is it a scar?" "I don't have a scar there," says Casey. Emily says, "She's right. She doesn't." Tommy's mouth pulls into a thin line. "I don't like this. I think we should go home." The others are in agreement. They load into their cars, Casey in her truck, Harris and Tommy in their small silver sedan, and Emily in the pretty little Mustang that her stepfather bought her as a graduation gift. Casey pulls out first. The wheels of the truck catch on the hollows of the dunes. She drives back towards the interstate, but only gets about 5 minutes from the site of the campfire when she sees a strange light up ahead. She uses her phone to pull up a group FaceTime, knowing that that will be the easiest way for everyone to talk at once. Their faces take up 4 slots on the screen. "Yeah," says Harris. "We see it too." Emily asks, "What is it?" Casey leans hard against the steering wheel, craning her neck to get a better look. "I don't know. It looks like it's just floating up there." The sight of it makes her skin crawl. They take a wide berth around the light, and are almost to the highway when Emily's phone drops out. Behind them, her car slowly rolls to a stop, and then, 10 seconds later, starts back up again. She doesn't get back on the call. The light is directly ahead of them once more, hovering. It's large, round, and almost neon in how bright it is. They hit the interstate, one car after the next, and dog it back to town. But it's at least 3 days later before Casey makes it to her front door. 2 days after that, before Tommy and Harris get home. A week before Emily pulls into the driveway of the house across the street from Casey, gets out of the car wearing all the same clothes from the party night, and waves. Casey runs out of the door, so thrilled to see her friend again that she goes in her underwear and a long t-shirt. She throws her arms around Emily's shoulders and demands, "Where have you been?" Confused, Emily says, "I was right behind you? I know, my phone stopped working. I don't know what was wrong with it." Casey swallows, hard, and says, "Emily, it's been a week. No one's been able to find you." "No way," says Emily. "I literally was like 2 minutes behind you. That was it." She waves a hand as she talks. Her arm has the same mark on it as Casey's, a surgery scar from the tip of her pointer finger to the crook of her elbow. And suddenly, Casey knows what that light in the sky must have been. She's just too frightened to admit it out loud.